Hello everyone, my name is Mandilynn. I'm the author of the young adult novel Essence and soon to be published novel I Am Mercy, and today I'm going to be doing a book tag. And I was actually tagged for this like months ago, and I just haven't gotten around to it, but today I'm going to do it. It's called the Courtship Tag. It was kind of like everybody else has already done this because it was like a Valentine's Day, so this is back in February, now it's like the end of May. So obviously I'm a little behind. I was tagged, but I forget by who, but the original tag is by Leah from High Love Books. I'll link the original video down below so you guys can check it out. And there are 10 little questions slash phases, so I'm just going to jump right into it. Phase 1, Initial Attraction, a book that you bought because of the cover. That would be Nightshade by Andrea Kramer. Now check it out. This is like an awesome book cover, and it even has like little beveled edges and all that. And I bought it when I was at Barnes & Noble, and I just saw the cover, knew nothing about it, but was like, I need to have it. And it turns out it's about werewolves, and anybody who knows me knows I'm pretty good with werewolves. I just like reading about them. But the only bummer is that when they went to publish the second book in the series, they went along with this gorgeous cover theme, and then they changed it out of the blue, and it was stupid. This is now the basic theme for all the covers in the Nightshade trilogy, and I mean, it's not bad, but like compared to this, it was just so much better before. Phase 2, First Impressions, a book that you got because of the summary. That would be Love Rosie by Cecilia Ahern. You guys have probably been hearing me talk about this one a lot. I heard about this on BookTube when someone else did a book review on it, and it's about two people who grew up together, and the entire book is just like messages to each other, like emails, text message, and all that. And it's like this love story where you know they're supposed to be in love, but they don't actually fall in love, and like there's always something separating the two, and it's just a really good book, and I actually read it in one day. It's like 400 pages. I had a little too much time on my hand that day. I believe I was sick. So I was bonding with this. Phase 3, Sweet Talk, a book with great writing. For that I chose Winter Girls by Laurie Halse Anderson, and really it's any book by Laurie Halse Anderson. Whenever I read her books, I just kind of sit back and wish, oh my god, I wish I could write like her. She writes more like poetry in the form of prose, and I think it's like the best thing ever. I chose this book because this is one of my favorite books of all time. It's very near and dear to my heart. Phase 4, First Date, a first book of a series which made you want to pursue the rest of the series. For that I have What's Left of Me by Kat Zing, and I love this series because it's about a world where two souls live in one body, and then the recessive soul eventually fades away. However, in this we have the recessive soul not fading away, and kind of like almost a sort of revolution where they're trying to make it so the government doesn't try and like hide away the recessive souls that don't fade away. It's really interesting, just a very awesome concept that no one else has done before, and that's why I absolutely adore this series. Phase 5, Late Night Phone Calls, a book that kept you up all night long. For this we have None of the Above by I.W. Gregorio. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, this is an advanced reader copy that was sent to me. As soon as I read the summary, I was like, oh my god, I have to read this. It's about a girl who finds out through like homecoming and trying to, you know, be sexually active, finds out she's not female but intersex, and kind of has to deal with that. And then like the school finds out, and everybody, you know, assumes that she's a male and not a female, and it's a really interesting book. And this just, I have never been so interested in a book before, and I absolutely recommend this to everybody because it just kind of makes you think. Phase 6, Always on My Mind, a book that you cannot stop thinking about. You guys can make fun of me for this one, but I'm going to say Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. This was the book that got me into reading in the first place, but I do remember in particular this was a book that literally I jumped into the story and never left it. And as you can see, I have a lot of sticky notes where they're like my favorite scenes and quotes and stuff like that. But I was obsessed, to say, with Twilight when I first got into it, so I think it's only proper to have that as this category. Phase 7, Getting Physical, a book in which you love the way it feels. For that, I'm going to choose Why We Broke Up by Danielle Handler, and then the art is by Maria Kalman. Now this is more like a graphic novel, and obviously it has a nice little award. But I love this because, one, it's like a soft cover, but it's not. It's got one of those like flappy things. It's kind of thick, and it's still floppy though. And the only thing that I would improve it would be the beveled edges. There aren't beveled edges, but I just like it because the paper itself is like really high quality because they have to put in these pictures in here. And if I can find another, yeah, see pictures like a rubber band. Okay, this looks really simple, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. I really like this book, just the concept of it, and I just thought it was really awesome. Phase 8, Meeting the Parents, a book in which you would recommend to your friends and family. Now, I don't recommend a lot of books to friends and family because, frankly, my friends and family that I know, like, that live around me don't really read, so I get my book talk done through YouTube. I think that's why I have it, so I don't, like, fangirl out randomly. I have a place where I dispel of it. But whenever people ask me for a book recommendation, for whatever reason, I always recommend this book, Everlost by Neal Shusterman. Now, I love Neal Shusterman. He's an awesome author. But whenever people say, like, oh, I like this genre and this type of book, for some reason, I always point out this book. It's the Skinjarker trilogy. It's kind of like when kids or teenagers die, they go into, like, this in-between world called Everlost where they can, like, witness everything around them. It's just like really cool. You think it'd be creepy based on the cover, but it's like this really awesome book, and I don't know, I just really like this series. Phase 9, Thinking About the Future, a book or series that you know you'll reread many times in the future. So for this I have Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. Now there are so many people who absolutely love this book series, and I'm one of them because, I don't know, I just love Tahereh Mafi's writing, and in the first book especially, she does a lot of writing where it's like she writes something and then crosses it off and then changes her answer. It just kind of shows like the diary of someone who's kind of sort of mentally not stable. And I especially love this series because you can really see Juliet, the main character, grow throughout the series, becoming this person who's very fragile and breakable to this powerful person who finally comes to terms with who she is. And Phase 10, Share the Love, who would you like to tag? And for this, I don't know who I'm going to tag because I think you guys have already all basically done this tag. But if you haven't, then I tag you. And I am very sorry to you guys because I'm so late with this, but better late than never, I guess. Let me know your opinions on the tag below, and if you've done the tag yourself, what some of your answers were. And as always, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe.